So I wanted to answer this question for people who've been asking, and the question is, which diet should I do? Or how do I know which diet to do? And my number one answer for this is not necessarily the diet that I recommend, but I would say the diet that you should do is the one that you can most consistently do. So typically there's so many diets out there. There's keto, there's the vegan, there's intermittent fasting. It's more of a process than more of a diet. But if you want to choose the diet that's going to give you the best results, it's the one that you can stay on consistently. So for me in college, my roommate and I, while I was doing intermittent fasting, I figured for a lot of people they come up and say that they can't do that because they can't imagine not eating throughout the day. But while I was going to college, I saw going out to get lunch and eating more as trouble, having to walk across the campus to get the food and everything. So when I was looking at the science behind it and the timing, intermittent fasting tend to be a good fit for me because I found that it would come easy. It'd be very easy to do consistently. Not eat throughout the day, go to my classes, and then when I get home, eat my food in an 8-hour window. We even took it further and took the 4-hour window, which is also known as like the warrior diet, in which you eat all the food you would normally eat throughout the day, but you would eat it in a 4-hour window. So when we came up, most people would come up and be like, "Whoa, how do you go the whole day without eating?" And me and my roommate would be like, "Oh, well, it's very easy. It's actually fun and entertaining and great." But honestly, it was not a struggle. We didn't struggle. You were clear as a bell, as he says, throughout the whole day. You would just eat your food at the end of the day. We'd be eating from 10 p.m. to 2 in the morning. And for our schedule, it seemed very easy. It wasn't a struggle because we'd get home late. He'd get home around like 9. We'd go to the gym, come back, and start eating. So I think one of the major things that allowed us to stay on this diet for such a prolonged period of time was the fact that it came easy to us. If I were to try to do the eating 6 meals a day, it would not have worked out. For one thing, I hate having to wash all the dishes that come with the meal prepping, planning out the whole meals and constantly eating throughout the day and having the insulin response that comes with it just wasn't something that I was going to give. When I read about it, I'd be like, man, that just sounds miserable. So you got to take those indicators not very seriously, but into account, where you're reading about a diet, you see that there's science behind it, you're following it, and then all of a sudden you see, well, this doesn't sound too bad. It sounds like I can easily do this. It's not going to take that much effort, because in reality, all the diets are going to be somewhat similar, and you can get good results in the sense of what results you can get, but you should first choose one that you can be consistent and then optimize that to get the results you want. And that's how you're going to get the best results. So a lot of people are thinking very far in ahead of the diet, like thinking how to get to like 5% body fat and how to do this when they're like at 30%. You should first just be consistent. Like I had a friend who had a mentor who told him to first practice just eating 8 apples a day. Start something very small like that, an apple a day. See, just to see if you can be consistent. And so maybe people have trouble eating an apple a day, but then thinking about doing this diet that they have to eat 6 times a day at certain times, certain portions, certain macros. So it's going to be very hard to do that if you're not able to eat something as small as an apple a day or a certain food group. So that's what I have to say for this one. Is I would say finding the diet that's right for you is based off which one would come most consistent to you, has pretty decent relative good science behind it, and you can consistently do to get where you want to go. Once you start seeing results, you start hitting a plateau, you can optimize and make your diet better once you build some, I guess, willpower, habit, routine around where you currently are. And then you can move up from there and start looking at these other ones, because you'll get there. As if you can handle one diet, you typically can go on to other ones. And yeah. So, one little thing I wanted to add is that some people see, I'll save that for another video. So, yeah, consistency. Consistency is key, and that's all I have for this.